Okay, so depending on how long it takes to edit together all of the stuff, I-56 is still going on, but it could possibly be over by the time you get to this. But there's a few different things that I want to go into. For example, the main reason that a lot of people go to EGX is not necessarily for the indie games there, but for the main games like Rise of the Tomb Raider and Guitar Hero Live and Halo and Call of Duty 3, you know, Call of Duty Black Ops, not 3, and all that. So, yeah, when I went to I-56, it's obviously a lot smaller. Most of the people go there for the LAN gaming and the competitions and the bring your own computer stuff, which it's more well known for. But now that they have an expo there, the queues there for the different things were a lot smaller, and there's Dark Souls 3, which wasn't even at EGX, and you're queuing for like 5-10 minutes, and Battleborn, and a few other things that were pretty good. And the Halo queue, next to nothing, the Guitar Hero Live queue, next to nothing. Got a brief glimpse of Soul Axiom, which I didn't get to see at EGX. They weren't actually there while I was interactive, you know, the hunt that I did for them. But they had a trailer on the Xbox stand, and that is looking really good. I really want to play that, which sucks. So, yeah. Anyway, a few different things were going on, like the different areas that I went through. There were a few competitions that you didn't need to bring your own computer for, like the Minecraft area was huge with different Minecraft sections, and then there were obviously the expo stages with the different things going on, and saw Gassy go on there and with Dahi and Ogler trying to defuse some bombs. It was made even more difficult by the fact that they were on complete opposite ends of the stage, how far away, not really looking at each other. I don't know if they had, you know, mics up to each other, but when you're on the stage trying to hear the actual speakers can be quite a lot more difficult than you imagine. So if you're trying to listen to that rather than the actual person, it would kind of be distorted. So
first with the instructions, as to, as you quite rightly said earlier, these are like the freestyle, read it off, and you go on it, and you just show our age and all that. You said everything like the green.
Oh, but they're going to focus in on them.
Welcome to the main stage of Insomnia 56. How are you, chaps? You well? Good. Yeah? Any thoughts with regards to today's session? You got any talent? First of all, have you played this game? I've played it once before.
yeah, they were all fucking it up majorly. It was quite funny, and it was like, yeah, you got to spell shell. And it's like, no, he needs to tell you what the Morse code is. I'm not thinking like, no, spell shell. It's 3 dots and this and that. And it's like, and then Dahi, when he was defusing the bomb, was just like ignoring Gassy. It's like, you haven't found it quick enough. Click, click, click. Boom. Oh shit. So obviously entertainment, if you like that sort of stuff when you're watching it on YouTube anyway, then you get to see it live. As meeting them as well. Didn't get to meet Cassie, you know, or didn't have to from me, and didn't get to the East probably doing the meet and greet on a different day anyway, so probably shouldn't really go back up even though I didn't have my press pass and I've already took my wristband off, so mine just says Insomnia on it rather than I-56 to differentiate. You'd think it would say Insomnia Press or something, but it just says Insomnia Multiplayer. And the press pass, which it wasn't that different to a regular pass. I mean, it just says gamer there if you're a gamer in a slightly different colour, or B, Y, or C if you're a bring your own computer person, and all that. So, not a lot of difference in the passes that you had. And, you know, the halls were pretty small. I mean, I'm going to show you the different things. A lot of it was stuff for sale as well, like merchandise and different things, and not to say that you didn't get things free either. So I wasn't going on the freebie hunt again. I really should step up the game and try and say, hey, what do you have for free at all the different places? So one that I got was, as if it wasn't obvious by that, something that I'll have to do with the Shoot Shimi video. because obviously now I have extra hats. Is that meant to be an eye? The Sonic the Hedgehog. It's got a weird little hook thing that looks like it might be designed to be an eye, but it's not. Really doesn't feel like it stays on that well either. Maybe that's what the hook's for. I hope there's Velcro things here. I see. To Velcro it on, as my hair is now on there. So there were a few Sonics going around. So there was obviously a new Sonic game that I played, and I nearly bashed down into the microphone, so it probably made a loud noise then. The other one, well, I'll go into a few things. I move too much. Because it's really windy and the gate's getting bashed, so it's easy in a bit. So for all the badasses who act large on life, Battleborn t-shirts. It's actually quite a good game, quite a fun game, but they were having some problems with it, so they gave us some t-shirts, and I don't know if you get it for winning your thing as well, because we did win, so you know, technically I'd have probably still got t-shirts anyway. There were huge boxes and boxes of them. Sorry about that, I just saw that on the mic and I thought, you're not hearing the thing I'm saying, are you? Because that's ruffling right next to the microphone. So yeah, Battleborn t-shirt, fun game. It's like probably what Super Monday Night Combat was when it was in beta, but this is in beta, so hopefully they don't fuck it up upon release and, you know, have horrible servers and all that and blah blah blah. So it could be a good game, could be a lot of fun, as long as they, you know, don't ruin it. And the community as well is also a thing with Super Monday Night Combat that ruined it. It's like, you gotta play this specific way, and you know, if you're this specific class, you have to do only this. And it's like, well, what's the point in having the attack moves and all that, and blah blah blah, if it's, you only want me to rub this healing beam up your ass? No, it's a shitty boring way to play, isn't it? Like, I want to play it for the traps, you know, I was the trap person, I was dropping the traps everywhere. You don't necessarily need to run around and be your personal healer. It's such a boring way to play, and everyone complaining like that, or, oh, I'll sit in the storm then if you're not going to heal me. So, yeah, there was one video, I think it went up wherever I was that particular class, but, oh, you're a healer, and, you know, you're not meant to be doing that great, and I just took out. It was me, 1 versus 4, I think. It might have been 1 versus 5, and I lasted for absolutely ages when it was going to be overpowered, and I don't know if I won, but I got pretty close. It was quite a while ago, obviously. What's this, 4 years ago now? So, quite a long time to remember, but yeah. Back to the game convention. Right, so other stuff we had. There was 3D whoosh experiencing, which if you saw the, what's it called, the EDX, the cardboard things that you put your iPhone in for the Just Cause 3 experience, there was similar to that, except it was like a rubbery mouldy thing that flips around, and they were charging 50 quid for it. Could have got it 45 with the voucher, but you need your iPhone. Pardon me. I do not have an iPhone. So that was for 3D games with that you do it through your iPhone. But I got to play the Vive. So that was the other thing that was there. The Vive, which I never got to do because of the ridiculous queues at EDX by the time I got there. And it's like, yeah, go straight there. And I spotted it, signs up. Got that, got to play it. That's pretty fun. You do a few different things. There's a painting thing, there's an underwater thing with the fish. And the giant whale that flies overhead. There was a kid that was on it before me that was crying because of the whale that got too close. And yeah, you might want to age gate that perhaps, especially when the next game after the draw. Of course, once you have to draw, you know, drawing game, but a penis. I mean, you know, you have to be immature, so you know, 3D penis. And then it was a zombie shooter game. That was really fun. I don't remember the name of it though, but pretty good. Didn't get hit once by any of the zombies. Different weapons and different things, and in the last round you got an Uzi and a shotgun. And I kept checking behind in case they were coming behind. They didn't, they only ever came from the boss. But a helicopter flew from behind and I shot at that. I don't know if it was a friendly helicopter or not, but it went down pretty quick. So probably shouldn't have. That came from behind anyway, but you know, just obviously in the zombie game you check from both directions. And with the triggers and everything, they were pretty responsive and felt right and felt like you were aiming where you looked. And pretty good. And then the last one was an aperture science thing, and GLaDOS looks humongous in that. It's like towering over you. And you know that you're in a room with a floor, but when the floor starts to go away, you do get a bit of vertigo feeling, and it's like, oh, trying, because you want to look over the edge, but you look over and it's like, I don't want to fall. But you get that with games anyway, even when you're not wearing 3D sometimes. Like, you don't want to fall. It's like, don't fall off the edge, don't die now. You don't want to lose it now. So yeah, it's pretty fun and quite good. They haven't set a price point. They said it's coming out in April and dev kits are going out in January, so you know, we'll see then. So whoosh. Then Be Quiet, there were the two guys from Hollyoaks. I don't know their name, but do everything now. That, you know, they were introducing the shows and the stage, and they were chucking out pens and different things. I got a pen. Where is the pen? Oh, it's in the laptop bag, camera bag. I went hunt it because there's 60 pens in there, and it's like finds the I-56 pen. And there's different things, and I think there were t-shirts and various things that were thrown out. And then at the very end, they was like, "Who wants a cardboard box?" So they threw out the cardboard box, and the person who got the cardboard box was more excited than anyone. I tried to get back to the side and get on the camera to try and film the person holding on the cardboard box, but they flipped down by then. But they were more excited to have an empty cardboard box. It's a gigantic empty cardboard box than anything. It's ridiculous. A lot of cosplayers around, a lot of cosplay things, like cosplay tutorial things, and selling things associated with that, and people talk to get advice on that. A lot of themed zones, like there was the ice tube thing, Christmas tree, people trying to sell massages. It's like, yeah, the NEC arena, anytime I've done conventions, when I worked at conventions, there were always massage people there, but they always gave me one free when I was a worker. It's like, you know, don't try and charge me now. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, if it was free, I would take it, but they were like, just pay whatever you want, but, you know, you could pay £10 is what everyone normally pays, and an expensive-ass little tiny box of a couple of energy treats, which was £16. Seemed rather overpriced, and then they were like, it's normally £20 online, but you can normally get a lot more in it online. It's on it's like, well, yeah. If it's going online and you're getting more in it, then with free postage, then what's the saving here, really, if it's a smaller box? That was gaming fuel, so, you know, gaming fuel subscription stack box that aims to get you better for longer, blah 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 blah. Fuel cells tailored to each different needs of the gamers. All in all, what I saw in the box, I've seen for cheap in the Birmingham market, like a lot cheaper than £16. So, I didn't think it was worth that price. Wasn't it? A naked bar and a few energy bars and an energy shot thing. There wasn't a lot at all. There was probably like £5-6 worth of stuff. And if you account for retail and profits, then I would say £10 would have been a fair price, to be honest, for what you got. Not 16 in that particular box. And then obviously there's Game Galleon with game savings and different things, and there was tickets to the next Insomnia basically on sale as well at discounted price, 25% off or something, I believe, so it wasn't too bad. And then got a Game State thing. Game State was interesting, but I felt pissed off for the competition. But enter the competition, you can win this hat, you can win these pair of earphones, and you can win this bag. So, you know, they made out like you got all three as the prize, and then they're like, it's a gaming community where online people will join up and get their say in the next game that's being made by Lenovo, and, you know, it'll be completely influenced by the online decisions. could be interesting, could be completely trolled the hell out by its community. Right, anyway, sign up, you get entry into this competition. I thought, yeah, it won't be too bad, you know, there won't be too many entries. Turns out there were 3 of us there. They did do the draw, and then they were like, this person isn't here, no, they're not winning then, they're not winning then, they're not winning then. Eventually, they were like, right, what are the 3 of you that are actually here? We'll take you only, and then I won! And you don't get a choice, it's like the whole thing is the community choice thing. And I thought, you know, the competition was for all 3. No, you get 1. And they choose what it is. So, decent looking pair of earphones, really decent, rugged, solid backpack, or a shitty snapback cap. Which is not my fashion. I look like an utter twat in that. And then they're like, oh, look at this R&B looking dude. Who, you know, it fits the R&B black guy with the chiseled jawline and the face. No, it doesn't fit me, you know. I look like an utter douche in these sorts of things. So no, I do not look good. And oh look, it's such a shitty quality. I'm pulling that off in an instant. Without even trying, just trying to fit the thing. Yeah, such brilliant fucking quality prize. I would have liked to choose my prize. I would have had the headphones or the bag. I'd have preferred the headphones. But no, it is not my sort of thing. So, yes, I'm very pissed off about that, to be honest. And, oh, but you can put it like mine have. You can put your own design on it. I'm not a child. So yeah, I would have liked something I would use. That, the headphones, I would use. I would listen to them because, you know, headphones with the computer would be good. Backpack, I use my backpack all the time. A good backpack that doesn't fall apart would be fantastic, and you know, that looked really rugged. It'd be good for taking heavy stuff in, so you know, it wouldn't rip apart when you have heavy stuff to take. No, I end up with that shitty thing. Anyway, on to other stuff. So, what have I gone through? Obviously, there's the indie games. There are a few indie games, not many. There's going to be some stuff that I'll do separately. Obviously, Game State. Hashtag Game State. Hashtag stupid, shitty competition that no one wins. City of Shrouds. That looked really good, and I gave them my details. Hopefully, they're getting in touch with me to be able to show it off. It's in an earlier state, but that looked pretty good. Fractured Space, it's a free-to-play World of Tanks in Space, they said. It's like Battlestar Galactica, World of Tanks in Space. So, solidy, plasticky card with a Steam code on to get a spaceship that you wouldn't normally get, apparently. Warchild, also doing something separate on that. They have already sent me the thing through, so I'm going to do an interesting twist on the video on that. Which should be fun, and, you know, interesting things for sports. Is there anything else I picked up? No, right, so there's obviously Sonic, which I went through, then Battleborn and Halo and the other stuff, and Guitar Hero Live already covered, so I'm not going to do that. Dark Souls 3, of course, you know, Dark Souls. So, it seemed pretty easy and linear, so I think they might have made the start area less harsh, you know, you're going to have a linear start area, unless it's just for the demo, you know. Well, it looks like they're going to linearly start you off down the path. And then, well, I say pretty easy. Obviously, there's the dragon that comes and sets you on fire, and you can either run through that and just run Estus chugging all the way. Or you can sort of taunt him to go that way and then go back up the stairs and through the door and through the sneaky way. So, you know, it depends on your playstyle. There are paths to go and different things to do and hidden things to find. So, you know, it was not as linear, but it's still fairly linear compared to how it was. It's not like you can go 3 or 4 separate directions from the offset, and it obviously wasn't the sort of tutorial-y area, because it didn't look tutorial-y. There were a lot of enemies coming at you from the go, so I wouldn't have called it the tutorial area, plus you already lit the bonfire, so it looks more like after the tutorial where you land, you know, where you start off. So, you know, looks good, looks fun. It's Dark Souls 3, you know. What more do I need to say? People are going to buy it, people are going to play it. Pretty cool. Lots of statues about, and Pip-Boy's statue and various things, and obviously all the different things to buy from the different stands. And I took part in this port. I'm not American, deep South American, I don't know, South American.
To go for the Super Smash Brothers first in the morning.
Took part in the Super Smash Bros. Tournament, you know, mainly because you got there and it's like, you know, I was just filming and looking around. There was like floating on. Yeah, I'll say about that. I was just floating away with me. We were playing, and yeah, pretty good. I did alright on it, and not too bad, but I didn't win, and I didn't win my lose. I nearly won my losers game. It's like, if only the guy hadn't picked Ryu. It's like, I kicked his ass, he went flying right to this, where he should have really been exploded. And he was just too good with his edge game. He could come right back in, and then do a spin kick for miles to come back in. And it's like, yeah, might have been better to pick someone like that. And because the way he was countering with Ryu, I thought a good counter to Ryu would have been Lil Matt, because hit him hard, you know, go for the uppercuts and knock him up, straight up, you know, then he's just going to be gone and he's not going to have his edge game. But the problem with Lil Mac is I'm no good with the edge game. If I accidentally floop off the edge, I'm gone, and if I accidentally jump or get hit, if I get hit, you know, basically if I'm hit, gone, I'm gone. You can't go very fast in the screen, you know, his edge game's useless, so if you've been knocked over the edge, you're done for. So the fact that I was getting him up to 90, 100, and that with Lil Mac, and we were fairly close until he got me, and then, you know, once he got me, and then I accidentally streamed over the edge the next time, so it's my own fault for losing that, to be honest. But I wasn't doing too bad, you know. It was fairly close and fairly heated in both matches, to be honest. So I took the gamble going with the Mac. I thought I could brush him down, you know, hit him off, and then as long as I don't accidentally or go anywhere near the edges, then I should have been far better. So, you know, there's no problems. And anyway, I should really be running this now. Obviously, the bring your own computer area. The Hearthstone team, that makes me want to play competitive game. You got to win. The trophy looks awesome. I want that trophy. So it makes you costly. You get cash prizes as well playing these things. So, you know, to win cash prizes is one thing, but to get a fantastic trophy as well. I want to win a trophy like that one day. It's like a super cool trophy. So, Hearthstone, maybe something to start playing. It is free to play, but I don't know if you have to necessarily, you know, pay to win, maybe, but maybe just by playing long enough you can get all the cards. I don't know if, like, the Naxxramas and the Explorer's Adventures obviously unlock if you do you have to pay for them, or do they unlock for free to play eventually? Because obviously you get a cash advantage maybe for unlocking it early, and the same with the arena. I think that, you know, Pub Arena or Pub Crawl, whatever it was, that was the new packs that were unlocked early, but obviously I guess they would have unlocked naturally as well, so might be something to play. Obviously I've watched a few different people play it, so I've picked up tactics and stuff. I could play it, and, you know, I think I might do alright. So I wouldn't say I'd be pro trophy winning, but you got to put in the hours to do something like that. But to win a trophy like that, maybe it might be worth doing, because that looks a fucking cool trophy. So yeah, and obviously the bring your own LAN area full of people playing, and you just land up, and everyone's very social at the event as well. It's like, it's that sort of thing where EGX is non-social, just, you know, cool for an hour, get to see something. This was very, very social. Everyone was very chatty, chatting away. There was like the normal card game areas, and
This first thing in the morning, so don't do that no administrative sense of games. It's just literally difficult to stay to it, so they will become games.
and tabletop games, and even playing in the competitions online with everyone chatting, and the queues for the other games, everyone chatting, and it's like really chilled out, you know, very short queues, chilled out. People are mostly there for the bring your own computer stuff, so the expo itself, very short queues, next to nothing, you know. If you're going for the things, yeah, sure, you're waiting a couple of months from EGX itself, but for that, if you're going to EGX, then focus on the indie games that you don't have to necessarily queue as much for. Save the big titles for I-56, where you go to that and you're not really queuing again, and you know, you get to have fun times and not be stressed flat queuing for 3 hours to see one particular game, which some people were saying they were doing. No, I'm not queuing for 3 hours to see that. It's like, I've got other stuff to do. I'm not sitting all day in a queue, and thankfully I get to see all the things I wanted to anyway and missed out on. I've got to play the Vive, I get to play all the big titles that I missed out on. So yeah, fun times all round. Definitely recommend it. Go to I-56. Maybe you can bring in your own computer, because, you know, there's only so much. I didn't want to interrupt all the people playing in the dark and be like, what are you playing? What's it like? You know, but, you know, see what it's like, and I'm sure, you know, fun times, social, there's drinking and all different things, so definitely one to go to if you're a gamer overseas, especially if you like LAN and all that. So yeah, just for the expo alone, definitely recommend it. Go to iGaming, Insomnia.
Still don't realise kind of funny thing with the event.
Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, definitely, and you know, there's indoor camping as well, so if you want to take a tent, you don't have to go book up hotels, you can just have your indoor camping in a tent in the LEC, so that's pretty fun, you know, drinking and fun times in the indoor camping area as well. So, thanks for watching.
Okay, right, we'll try and make it work. Hold on, let's just move on.
That's the whole thing.
Don't worry.
Do you want to bring mine up on the screen? So we can have a
Yeah,
look?
so it's just
It's
processing.
still processing.
It'll take a few more seconds. Yeah. Be there in a minute. Show me the image.
I think it's got my nose a bit shorter than it actually is, but
I don't know. So, yeah. So something that we...
A long walk away from the LEC to the train station. Yeah, place behind us. Ridiculous how far we go. That's enough. So, I-56.